Hey everyone, welcome to High Energy Keto Girl, a podcast helping women to age stronger because it is never too late to get fit, be strong, and feel sexy. I'm your host, Tracee, health coach and personal trainer and founder of highenergygirl.com. Each week, we will either have a guest interview, which will provide you encouragement or an actionable tip to help you age stronger, or I will do a solo episode. Please also join our awesome Facebook group called High Energy Girls, and I'm looking forward to see you on the inside of that group and hope you enjoy today's show. Guess what, everyone? My book is out. It is a revised and updated edition of a book I wrote 5 years ago called No Frickin' Way, 21 Days to Ditch the Diet and Lose Weight the Keto Way by Loving Yourself to Health. When I first wrote the original book, I was not a believer in the low-carb movement, but after all the years of research I've done, I am sold out for life. In this book, you will learn about all the lies you have been fed, how to engage in loving self-care, how to eat nourishing foods that provide massive energy, why the ketogenic diet is not a fad, how to heal your body through fasting, why you should move your body to get stronger, and how to create an empowering mindset. Start reading now and finally achieve the high energy and positive body image you deserve. Check it out on Kindle, on Amazon. And if you like it, please leave us a review because this will help more people find it. I really want to inspire people to not deprive themselves, but to nourish themselves with loving self-care and amazingly healthy food so that they can age stronger. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed writing it. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of High Energy Keto Girl. And today's show is all about the law of attraction. You see, there's so much negativity going on right now with the media and with the beer virus and everything else that is just negative everywhere you look. So what I want to teach you today is how to flip the switch and change your focus. So many people wonder about the law of attraction and if it's actually a real thing or not. So let me ask you a question. What does The Secret, the law of attraction, Think and Grow Rich, the power of intention, Ask and It Is Given, or even The Complete Works? What do these books have in common? Well, I'll tell you, it's all about the law of attraction. And Think and Grow Rich was written in 1937 and is considered one of the best business books of all time because Napoleon Hill had access to Andrew Carnegie's cronies, and he actually was able to interview the most successful men during that time. And what they found was that thoughts become things. And Henry Ford says, whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. You see, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. It only believes what you feed it. So let's take, for example, the placebo effect that we know is highly effective when it comes to modern medicine and even surgery. They've found that if you believe something is going to happen, oftentimes you're able to make it happen. And so like your thoughts will become things. That is why placebo works. Back in 2002, there was a study done and 180 patients with osteoarthritis of the knee were assigned to either receive arthroscopic surgery or a placebo surgery. And patients in the placebo group received like the incisions and they underwent a simulated debridement without insertion of the arthroscope. So the patients didn't know which treatment that they were going to get, and neither did the people performing the assessments on those patients. So everyone was blinded. And then they were assessing the patients at different points over a 24-month period with 5 self-reported scores, 3 on scales for pain and 2 on scales for function, and 1 objective test of walking and stair climbing. At no point did either of the intervention groups report less pain or better function than the placebo group. So in conclusion, this trial involving patients with osteoarthritis of the knee, the outcomes after the surgery were no better than those after a placebo procedure. Their thoughts became things. They believed that they were repaired, so they behaved as if they were repaired. In Scientific American, they said that the placebo effect may have no scientific basis, but they know that at least 35% of all patients given a placebo will get better. In migraines, the researchers discovered that a placebo was 50% as effective as the real drug to reduce pain after an attack. And think about athletes. They visualize hitting the ball, making the basket, catching the ball, running the touchdown, catching the pass. I mean, they visualize their optimal outcome because your subconscious mind only believes what you tell it. So you want to tell it what you want to achieve, and it will figure out a way to make it your new reality. They say that thoughts are electric and feelings are magnetic. So what I often do with my clients is have them write a vision statement where they visualize their very best life 90 days or a year from now, as if they're already using it, and to sit quietly and write it out in present tense, as if it was already happening and they were living in that environment. And read that vision statement every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. And you want to do this before you go to bed because your subconscious mind never sleeps. So you want to give it something to reflect on. And when you feed it what you want rather than the absence of it, it will find a way to make it your reality. So what is this law of attraction? Well, as I said earlier, thoughts become things. Most simply put, the law of attraction says that what you send out returns to you. It's kind of like karma. And the two are often used interchangeably. However, karma is a little bit different because karma is the idea that what actions and words you share with others or inflict upon others will be returned to you 3 or 7-fold. On the other hand, the law of attraction is the idea that you would use the power of your mind to make your dreams manifest in your real daily life. Scientists discovered that just imagining exercising can make you stronger, tone your muscles, and delay or stop muscular atrophy. A new research study suggested that just thinking of exercise can have the same effects as actually hitting the gym. They knew for a long time the connection between the brain and muscle movement, but now they've discovered that imagery techniques can delay muscular atrophy. So what did they do? They asked 10 volunteers aged 20 to 35 to imagine flexing one of their biceps as hard as possible in training sessions 5 times a week. The researchers recorded the electrical bearing activity during the sessions. To ensure the volunteers were not unintentionally tensing, they also monitored electrical impulses at the motor neurons of their arm muscles. And every 2 weeks, they measured the strength of the volunteers' muscles. The volunteers who thought about exercise showed a 13.5 increase in strength after just a few weeks. And they maintained that gain for 3 months after the training stopped. Controls who missed out on the mental workout showed no improvement in strength. And when they were questioned about this and said, oh, that's not true, they repeated the study, but put casts on the participants so they could not participate in any type of muscular movement, and they had the same results. Your reality begins in your thoughts. It is the law. Practicing this daily is the key. Remember, you want to focus on what you want to achieve, what you want to receive, rather than the lack of it. It's also like creating a dream board. Have you ever done that? One really cool, easy way to do it nowadays with Google Images instead of buying a bunch of magazines is you just search up a term that you want, like maybe I want to go to Italy, and you just find a picture of Italy, or a beach house, or a boat, or an African safari. I don't know, but it's super simple now with Google Images. You can find pictures of all of the things that your hearts desire. And sadly, most people don't even think about what they want. They just live on that hamster wheel of life, settling and focusing on all the negative things that are happening around them or to them. One of my quotes that I enjoy is a person's happiness or unhappiness does not depend on their situation, but on how they respond to it. And just remember, you will get either what you want or the lack of it, depending on where you focus your attention. There's a science that's really cool. It's called quantum physics. If I was to ask you, what is your body made of? Many people say water or cells or things like that. But let's just start with the cells. So cells are made of molecules. Molecules are made of atoms. And if you were to look at an atom through a high-powered microscope, you would see subatomic particles. Okay, so your protons, neutrons, electrons. And in that slide, you would also see a lot of space. Well, what is that space? It is energy. We are energetic beings. And this science, quantum physics, is so interesting because what it shows is that everything is constantly moving. And it is this electric impulse that travels to help cells communicate with each other. It's like, you know how when you kind of think of somebody and all of a sudden they call you or text you? This just literally happened to me the other day. I was talking to my mother-in-law about one of our cousins, and then she texted me. It was like, it's called quantum entanglement, meaning that once you're together, you can no longer be separated and you can feel each other's vibration. So high vibration is a term that I use a lot. And what that means is you focus on all things good: love, joy, peace, health, happiness, prosperity. And that raises your vibration, giving you this wonderful feeling. You know how when you walk into a room and everybody's happy and talking and laughing and you just feel good when you're in there? Okay, so low vibration is stress, worry, doubt, fear, pain, anger. That's a low vibration. And so sometimes, you walk into a room and you feel like the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Well, that's a low vibration feeling. And you have a choice of whether you want to live a high vibration life by focusing on all things good, or a low vibration life, which is focusing on all things bad. But the high vibe always wins. The Chinese, they did this study where they took a group of atoms and they flicked one to make the vibration faster. So all the other atoms matched the vibration of the faster atom. Then they took that same one and they put it into outer space, flicked it, changed the vibration. The ones here on Earth also changed. True story, you guys. It's pretty amazing. One thing to remember, that thoughts are electric and feelings are magnetic. So imagine it's like you're going fishing. You cast your line out into the water, and that is your thought. So you're talking about what it is you want. But when you put the good high vibration feelings behind that thought, that is how you're going to attract it magnetically to you. So when you do your visualization, feel the good feelings, feel the joy, feel the happiness, and focus on that, and it will 10x your results. By focusing on those good feelings, you will absolutely 10x your results. So here's a little homework assignment for you. Go write your vision. Go find a nice quiet place in your house. Play some happy music and visualize your best life. It's a year from now. Just say, depending on when you're listening to this, right now it's April 21st of 2020 and we're going through some crazy times, right? So I'm going to visualize it's a year from now. So it's 2021. And what does life look like if you were able to build it the way you wanted it? So we're talking about your career, your love life, your relationships, your wealth, your health, your friend circle, your feelings. Like, how are you feeling differently? And just find all the most important areas of your life and create your best outcome. Because remember, whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. And if you focus on what you want, you can retrain or reprogram your subconscious mind to help you go out and achieve it. So I hope that made sense to you guys. I really do recommend reading a book about this topic. Napoleon Hill is a good book. It's a little dry, but Ask and It Is Given is really good. The Secret, I'm sure you guys have seen The Secret. That is a great documentary that you can watch. But control your thoughts or they will control you, because you truly do have the power. I hope you enjoyed this short little episode, and we will see you next week where I have Dr. Annika Becca. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. Make it a great day. This podcast contains the opinion and thoughts of its host and guests. It is intended to provide helpful and informative material on the subjects covered. All statements made on the podcast have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. If the listener requires professional assistance or advice, please contact your personal medical doctor. Both host and guest specifically disclaim any responsibility for any liability, loss, or risk, personal or otherwise, which is incurred as a consequence directly or indirectly of the use and application of any of the contents of these episodes. Like I said, this is my opinion and I could be wrong.